Hey, Will here from PPC Coach. So this video is all about why is starting a print-on-demand business so hard? I got asked this question the other day and I figured, oh yeah, there's a perfect topic for a video. I'll tell you a few reasons why it's so hard and then what you can do to make it a little bit easier. So there's 7 reasons basically that I came up with why it's so hard. So let's dive in right away. I mean, number 1, coming up with ideas is hard. Like, what are you going to sell? Where can you find ideas? This is not easy unless you've done it a couple times. So the simple thing is to go to like other sites, like go to Etsy and start searching for products and then see what everybody else is selling. That's fine. But I'll tell you, the best way to do this is to be unique and to be first to market. That's always best. So you can find ideas all over the place, but then how do you organize these ideas that you found? Well, that's not simple either. You have to have a system in place so that you can actually, take a screenshot, put it somewhere, get the quote, get the description, put it somewhere. That way you have something like a database almost of ideas. So it's a stumbling block, but it's not impossible. So the second reason is maybe like you're not a designer. So how can you get this image file that you need for print on demand if you're not a designer? Well, this can make it very difficult. Like, I'm not a designer, but I can still make a design and put it on a product. So not being a designer is definitely a hurdle, but it's possible to do by anyone, especially now with like one of my favorite design tools right now is Canva. So I actually have a link to it down in the description, but this tool, man, I'm going to do some tutorials on Canva because it's like Photoshop, but way better. Way easier to use, way more intuitive, and it's like on the cloud. So you go to Canva, you can use templates, and then you can actually edit your templates too. So let's say I'm making a message card for Mother's Day, or a coffee mug for Mother's Day, or whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be Mother's Day, but if I do that, I can do it in Canva, and then what I can do is get my like image file done, and then I can actually make a copy of it and change out some text or change out the quote or change out whatever I want on it, just like you can in Photoshop, but I find it easier. So the other thing is Canva there's a free version and there's a paid version. I have the paid version because it's awesome. You unlock so many more elements like text and photos and everything else. My Photoshop that I pay for, it's like 10 bucks a month. So it's like 120 a year. Whereas Canva, I can't remember the price, but it's worth it, worth every penny. So if you're not a designer, it is a hurdle, but it's not the end of the world. There's options for you out there. The other thing is reason number 3, you don't understand the tech side. Now this is a big one. When you're doing print on demand, you have a couple of options, and I don't think everybody's aware of even all these options. So in no particular order, but option number 1, you can open an Etsy shop and you can sell products there. Now, I've got a whole video on why I don't think Etsy is the best place to sell print-on-demand products. It's good to start and get going, but after a while, and I know people got mad at me for that video, but after a while, Etsy drains you. And it's the customer service side that just really makes you want to like almost not even get out of bed in the morning, because on Etsy, when somebody buys, they're gonna complain. You're gonna get 1 awesome customer and you're going to get like 3 that are just completely unreasonable, leave you a bad review, try and tank your store. You're fighting with so many different things on Etsy. But anyway, it is an option to open up an Etsy store. It's just, I don't think it's the best one. Another way to deal with the techie side is to open a Shopify store and sell products. Now that is a route that a lot of people take, and you can build a brand and you can do print on demand with Shopify, but the techie side of that is huge. It's a steep learning curve to open up a Shopify store. I know they try and make it sound easy, but once you get in there and you see how much is involved of your time and energy just to even learn the systems, it's crazy. Plus, Shopify is kind of like, oh, here's the platform. And then they go, but now you need this app. And now you need this app. And now you need this app. And now you need this app. Oh, and this one too. Oh, and this one. And all of a sudden, your store costs you like $30 a month. And then all your apps are like over $100 a month. So they did that on purpose because they're getting companies to make apps to promote them and build the brand. And that's great. it got their stock price way up there, and then me being a dummy, I bought the stock like pretty much at the high, and now I think I'm down about 59% on my Shopify stock right now. So that's awful, but I'm not giving financial advice. Actually, my financial advice to anybody following this from me as a previous financial advisor is whatever I tell you to buy, do the opposite, like short it. So shorting means you're selling stock that you don't own. Do that and you'll make money. Okay, so you sell it at say 10 bucks and then you buy it back at 5. That means you still made $5 profit, but instead of it having go from 10 to 15, it dropped from 10 to 5 because you shorted it. So anyway, that's a whole different video for a whole different world. So we've got Etsy, we've got Shopify, and then you can also do this route, which a lot of people don't even know, and this is where I've made the most money, and that's using platforms directly. So when I use a platform directly, it means they handle everything. So all I really need is an idea and an image. And then I can upload that to the platform. They'll create the sales page for me. They'll take the order. They will print it, package it, ship it, update the customer with the tracking number. On some platforms, I get the email address, which is awesome for email marketing. But the number one thing about platforms that I love above Etsy or Shopify or anything else is no customer service. So if somebody's complaining, I don't hear it. If somebody wants a refund, I don't hear it. If somebody wants a return or exchange or whatever, it's broken or blah, blah, blah. You know, it was on my porch and now it's not there. I get that so often in e-commerce, it's ridiculous. I don't hear it. So that's why if I can eliminate the most annoying part of a business model from my life, I'm going to do it. That's why I work with platforms directly. It's my favorite way. So you don't have to limit yourself to just one way. Like I said, I do all those, but it took time and effort to learn those systems. It wasn't easy, and I can see how someone new to the business model would get frustrated with the tech side alone. All right, so number 4, and this is a big one too. With print on demand, people don't know how to market products for free. So free traffic to your products is basically the holy grail of any marketing. We all want free traffic, but where can we get that? Well, here's a hint. Social media, okay? But not just one social media site. If you just say, all right, so Will said get free traffic, so I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to make a page, and on that page, I'm going to post my products every day. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'll add a group to that too, and then I'll post my products to my page, my group on Facebook. No, that's not going to work either. Reason being, Facebook, the reach on Facebook is down so much right now because they're struggling. They really want people to buy ads more and more and more. So just relying on Facebook alone is not a good idea. It's not going to work. So don't just rely on one social media site. Instead, go to all of them. So we're talking about Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, but it's a whole different audience. Then you got TikTok. You don't have to just run ads on TikTok. Then we got YouTube. You don't have to just run ads on YouTube. There are so many different ways to do this. We got Twitter. Yeah, people buy stuff from Twitter. I mean, people love to argue more and more on Twitter than anything else, but don't just rely on one social media site when you're trying to get your free traffic to your products. Instead, use as many as you can. All right, there's my hint. All right, reason number 5, you don't know how to run ads to your products. So this is a huge hurdle. And if you're in the print on demand world, you're always going to see a course come out and all they're going to show you is paid traffic. And I was guilty of this too, because I thought, well, the free traffic doesn't work or blah, blah, blah. But the real thing is I hadn't cracked the code on it yet. So I spent all my time running ads. And when you're running ads, you have to spend money to make money. And that's something that most do not want to do. But think of this. Say you wanted to open up, I don't know, a garage, like a car where you fix cars. Well, how much money do you need to open that garage? 100,000 up front before you even make a sale. Then you have to sign a lease, so you're locked into that. Then you have to hire employees, so you're paying them. Then you need insurance, so you got to pay that. The barrier to entry with a bricks and mortar business compared to the print on demand business is insane, the difference. Like with print on demand, you could stop watching this video and start a print on demand business right now if you wanted. If you want to start a garage and fix cars, you're going to be 6 months to a year in and you're going to have a gigantic expenditure up front. So it's completely different. But it seems like with print on demand, people don't want to spend money to make money. And I never understood that, because if you spend $1 and it brings back like $1.50, well, that's 50 cents you made profit that you wouldn't have made if you didn't spend that dollar, right? So spending money to make money really matters. But the way I do it is when you find a winner, you want to scale that. And the best way to scale that is with paid ads. Now, it's not limited to Facebook ads. It could be Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, or any other platform. It's crazy to start with ads. The dashboards are nuts. I feel bad for someone new trying to run ads right now. It takes so much trial and error to get it right. And then the real kicker is these ad platforms will go and they'll change stuff and they won't tell you. So you wake up one day and you look at your ads. I'm looking at my computer and I'm like, why is that different? What happened here? They didn't tell me anything, but now it's different. Now I got to figure out what to do. How do I adjust? Like, it's a constant cat and mouse game when you're running paid ads. And it's draining. It does work, but it's draining. So anyway, on to number 6. Reason people fail with print on demand. You think one attempt is enough. It's not. You have to make multiple attempts. You have to fail a lot more. The more you fail, the closer you'll get to success. So let's look at a baseball analogy. If a baseball player steps up to the plate, and the way that people think about print on demand is, if they're that baseball player, they will stand there, they'll take one pitch, go for one big swing, and if they miss, they quit. Can you imagine that? There'd be no baseball players left. Or a golfer. He's standing on the tee, he's about to tee off, and he says, if I don't get a hole in one, I quit. How many golfers would there be in the world? Or a basketball player. If I don't hit this 3-point shot, I quit. I'm never playing basketball again. No, name any sport. Like, you have to practice. You have to get good at it. So for me, I would say 1 in about 30 of my attempts is a winner. And I mean, sure, there are like a few break even, or they show some signs of being a winner, but I would say the rate is about 3.33%. Those are the winners. Now, you might say, holy crap, so like 98.67% of your attempts don't work? That looks really bad, right? It's not. It's not though, because that winner that I get can bring in multiple 6 figures. And it has. And it's done it for me time and time again. It took a lot to get there, but once I found it, holy crap. More than paid for all my time, all my testing and everything else, and put money into my pocket, right? So if you pay for any ads you ran in testing, if you run ads, you simply have to take multiple shots at it. Now, when I do my kind of new system where I do the free stuff first, and then I only scale with the ads after, it works even better. All right, moving on. Number 7, there's a lot of scammers out there. Now, this is where people say, Will, you're so negative. Don't be so negative. Well, I have to be, because we're online, and I'm a grumpy old man, so that's what I do. Anyway, there's a lot of people out there who are simply not trustworthy at all. You may have seen huge Shopify screenshots in Facebook groups, and you think, man, that person must be some kind of god. They sold millions of dollars on a store with print on demand. They're in the print on demand world doing this? Wow, I have to learn from them, right? Don't fall for it. A lot of these guys, let's call them gurus, are not making what you think they are. If they post $1 million screenshot, think of these things. You know, what was the product cost? What was the ad cost? What was the team cost behind that? Because usually these guys have teams. What was the real profit at the end of the day? Typically, it'll be about 10% to 15% of that revenue number from a Shopify screenshot. So as an example, the other thing they do, say someone posts a screenshot of 100,000, right? Revenue from a Shopify store, and it looks great. And then you look at the date range, which is like up on the top right, and it says it's over 5 months. Okay, so that's fine. 100,000 divided by 5 equals 20,000 revenue per month. So let's take that 20,000 times 10%, and that is 2,000 profit per month. Before tax, you can't live on 2,000 per month before tax. But their screenshot sure did look good, right? Didn't it? That's one type of manipulation. The other is gurus sharing student successes and claiming, it was all because of them alone and their program alone. And that's what got them there. There's a few out there right now that love to show student results, and that's all you're ever going to see. But there's one weird thing about it. If you notice, they both use the same student as their ultimate success story. What student that student probably would have done it on their own, to be honest, but they bought program A because they wanted to get some golden nuggets, and then they bought program B because they wanted more golden nuggets, and then they bought program C because they wanted more golden nuggets, and then program A, B, and C all claim that student as their own. So 3 gurus are claiming the student as their own success. It's very shifty. I don't like that style of marketing at all. Some of these guys out there coaching people, and they either will blow through to take a loss on their ads in order to get a big screenshot, or they'll use screenshots from other programs in order to sell their own. It's really, the amount of scammers out there is insane. So anyway, it's because there's a need for this training, but whenever there's a need and there's money involved, people are going to make some decisions that aren't the most ethical. So there you go. That's my 7 reasons. Now, what do you do? I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to be negative. Do you even try it because I said it was so hard? Or do you say, cool, now I know what to expect and can give it the old college try? So I hope you're the type of person that wants to pursue this path. Why would you watch this video if you didn't? Print on demand is a great business model and can provide a wonderful revenue stream for you. So I quit my day job back in 2007, started working full-time for myself at home. I've learned a ton over the years. And if you still want to pursue print on demand success, I'd love to help you. So go to my site, there's links in the description, and let's see if I can help you succeed with print on demand. Also, last thing before we go, do the good old YouTube thing too, please. Like this video if you thought it was good. Dislike it if you thought it was crap. I don't care either way. I love making these videos. I'll be making more whether you like it or not. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Have a great day. I'm out of here.